The Invisible Princess. Once upon a time there was a girl named Cinderella. Wait a minute, wrong story. We have to go a long way further on in time, to the present day. In a small town, in a small house, a girl named Cindy lived. Cindy had never really known her mother since her mother had left her father and Cindy at a very young age. If Cindy ever asked her father about the reason for her mother to leave, her father would always say the same thing. She wasn't really the motherly type. And that was it. Nothing more and nothing less. So it had always been Cindy and her father, just those two. They were like hand in glove with each other, always together and supportive of one another. So when Cindy came out to her father as a lesbian a couple years ago, it was neither a problem nor a shock to him. But happiness will not last forever, because last year everything changed. Cindy had always encouraged her father to go out and meet new people or maybe find the one. But Cindy had never imagined that the one her father would find was going to turn out to have the complete opposite values of everything her father had ever taught her, and was everything but supportive of his sexual orientation, but specifically that part was never visible when her dad was around. Everything happened so fast, and before she knew it, her new stepmother and two stepsisters, Nicole and Jessica, had moved in, and they were just as hot on Cindy as the stepmother was. Cindy had always been on the quieter side because she did not like the attention. But after her new family moved in, she rarely ever spoke, because as soon she would enter a room where her stepsisters were, they would always have something cruel to say about Cindy's sexuality or appearance. Trying to avoid any unnecessary attention or conflict, Cindy just tried to say as little as possible and just do what she was told to do, so that she would keep herself as invisible as possible when she was at home. But none of this did Cindy ever tell to her father, because ever since he had found and gotten together with Cindy's stepmother, he had been looking so happy and that Cindy not want to ruin. One day Cindy and her stepsisters got invited to a birthday party. It was the first time Cindy got invited to a party, so she was really excited to go. But all that excitement was ruined in no time by her stepsisters. They didn't want her to go to the party, and Cindy didn't understand why until Nicole said,
"Don't you get it? It's because you're gay, and it's embarrassing for us to be seen with you."
Cindy didn't know what to say. She just sat there and looked at Nicole and Jessica laughing at her. She didn't feel welcome at home, and now she didn't feel welcome at the party either, because of her stupid stepsisters. Cindy decided not to go because of what Nicole told her. Instead, she watched the two of them get ready. They looked beautiful in their new clothes and with their hair and makeup done. They said their goodbyes to Cindy's father and their mother, and then they took off. Cindy sat there thinking if it was the right decision to stay home or if she should just get ready and go to that stupid birthday party to show her stepsisters that she didn't care about their opinion. Her father came and talked with her, and after that talk she decided that she should go to a birthday party. Cindy got ready and she looked stunning. She was way more beautiful than Nicole and Jessica. When Cindy arrived at the party, everybody was having a good time, and she spotted Nicole and Jessica talking with two guys, so she thought she could go over and say hi, but she should never have done that. When Nicole and Jessica saw Cindy come closer to them, they started acting like they didn't know her and said a lot of nasty comments like,
"Go away, you nasty dyke. You look like shit. Why did you come when we told you not to?"
And then Jessica thought it would be funny to throw her drink at Cindy's new light blue shirt. Cindy ran to the toilet to try to clean her shirt, but it didn't come off. She started crying, but someone opened the door, and it was this beautiful girl. The girl didn't say anything. She just got a wet towel and tried to get the drink off Cindy's shirt. Then the girl said,
"I'm Crystal, by the way."
Cindy smiled and said,
"I'm Cindy."
They started talking, and Crystal told Cindy that she understood why she was sad, and that if she wanted to talk about it, she was there to listen. Cindy and Crystal spent the rest of the night talking, and Cindy found out that Crystal also was gay. Crystal gave Cindy her sweater while they were talking because she saw that Cindy was freezing, and the shirt she had on was still wet from when they tried to get the drink off the shirt. They both felt the chemistry between them, but they didn't do anything about it. They just sat there and talked. At last people started to leave the party, and Cindy freaked out when she looked at the clock. The clock showed that it was 11:40 p.m., and Cindy had to be home by 12 o'clock. Cindy quickly stood up, packed her things from the sofa she was sitting with Crystal in, and left. Just as Cindy ran down the stairs, Crystal yelled after her,
"Wait, I didn't get your name."
but Cindy did not hear, and Crystal was left alone. Crystal looked around and saw Cindy's wallet laying on the ground.
She must have forgot her wallet.
Crystal thought to herself and picked it up. For the rest of the night, Crystal wandered around to everyone that remained at the party and asked if anybody knew the girl with the spilled drink on her, and everybody she asked shook their head. Finally, Crystal found the person that had invited them all to the party and asked if she knew the girl with the spilled drink all over her.
Oh, her?
She said,
Yeah, I know who that is. That's Cindy.
Perfect.
Crystal said,
Can I get you her number?
Crystal got Cindy's number and Crystal texted her the next day. In the text, Crystal asked if Cindy maybe wanted to meet for coffee the next day, and Cindy happily agreed to meet. From that day on, Cindy and Crystal spent every awakened moment together, and they eventually became a couple. Most of the time they spent at Crystal's, where she lived with her parents. Crystal's parents was very accepting of their daughter's sexuality, and did therefore not have a problem with them being together. Because Cindy and Crystal always were together, they agreed with the permission from Crystal's parents to move in together. And so they did. They moved in Crystal's parents' basement that they had completely to themselves. In that way, Cindy and Crystal could live like their true self without being bothered by hurtful comments from Cindy's stepsisters and stepmother. As Cindy and Crystal settled into their new life together, they found happiness and joy in each other's company. Away from the toxicity of Cindy's stepfamily, they built a home in Crystal's parents' basement where they could be themselves without fear of judgment. Their love blossomed, strengthened by understanding, acceptance, and mutual respect. As time passed, Cindy's father began to realize the strength of his daughter's pain and the happiness she found with Crystal. Overcoming this initial reservation, he reached out to Cindy, expressing his love and regret for not seeing her struggle sooner. With tears of understanding, they rebuilt their bond, and Cindy's father embraced Crystal as a part of their family. In the warmth of their newfound love and acceptance, Cindy and Crystal bloomed, creating a future filled with love, laughter, and endless possibilities. They discovered that true happiness lies in being true to oneself and finding love in unexpected places, and they lived happily ever after.